Okay, so this was now the last thing we did. So now what I would do is now I would go now file save as, and I would save it as elevations because now we're going to do the elevations. So I'm going to just let me do that also as well. Let's say save and let's say save as, although mine says floor plan and elevations, I'll save it as just elevations so that we have the separate documents. Okay, so you just say save as elevations. Okay, so that means we're done with our floor plan. Just make sure you saved your floor plan, please. That is like super important, which means we can actually delete this. Okay, now remember this layer is switched off. That's why we can't select it. So just go and switch it on again. And then you can just select it and delete it. And your label you can delete and the little line you can delete. Okay, now we're going to go back to our model space. Now, you can leave your fixtures inside. I don't think it's going to do anything. It should be fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to draw our elevation. So you're going to click on this little house over there to bring it into 3D space. And then you see like that line, like that curve from our electrical features might like show up in the elevation. So that's just something you should delete. So to be honest with you, I would actually delete all my fixtures and electrical components and literally just have, oopsie, not the roof, and literally just have your shell left over for your elevations, which, I mean, probably you could have actually saved it before you added everything, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so let's go back to our 3D shape and then let's just delete our hatching as well, because that also might look funny on the elevation. There we go. Okay, then let's go back to 3D, and now it's important to make sure that your roof is a solid line again. So let's go back to layer. Let's go to our roof line, roof, and make sure that this is now continuous again. There we go. Okay, so let's go to our front view first. So you'll see that it shows some of the things at the back, which is stuff we don't want to see, and we're also missing our NGL because we only have our FFL. So let's start with let's go back to our 3D mode. I think it might be easier in this mode. So if we do that and if we select one of our walls, and you'll see here it says roof/floor line, and you click down and it says edit in place, modify roof line, modify floor line. So let's say edit in place, and then you'll see it tells you basically this. So we want to make our baseline go lower. So we're going to move our floor line and we're going to move it with 300. Okay. And now you're basically going to have to do that throughout. And you're going to say, okay, we can do it. Okay, let's just say finish. And then we're going to have to do it for all of them. $300. Finish. There's probably an easier way of doing it like once, but well, let's see if we click on modify floor line offset. So let's say O offset 300. Okay, now that goes up. We want it to go. Don't do that. So let's say click on our wall, modify floor line, offset. See what happens if we say minus 300. Yeah, okay. So this might be easier because then you can probably select all of your walls. And let's do this side first. Let's go to floor line, offset minus 300. Okay, that was now the left. Let's go to this one. Okay, never mind. Let's just rotate it slightly. If you're a Friends fan and you see where it says pivot, you're like, yeah, hopefully like me, you'll be laughing right now. Okay, so let's choose. Okay. Now let's choose this wall. Floor line, modify, offset minus 300. Okay. You could probably do it like in every view as well, like in your right view. You can, although now it's not wanting to do that so nicely. Okay, so we want now we want this, oopsie, this one, and we're going to say floor line offset minus 300. Okay, I think that's all of them. Okay, which means now if we go to our front, we'll have our doors sitting higher, which is perfect because that's what we want. Okay, so let's say we want to start with this view first for our first elevation. We're going to go to layout. Okay, now just escape to make sure that we're done. Go to layout and we're going to say just make sure that you are in your 0 again layer for our viewport. You could create a layer for viewports as well, obviously, that if you wanted to do that. But we can just use the 0 one, it's really fine. So M view, nope, M view, new, and then just select your front view, enter, bring it in, whatever your scale you want it to be. Okay, and then if we click on it and we go into our model space, you'll see it says 2D wireframe, and I want you to change it to hidden. Okay, because then you can't see like the things at the back, which is exactly what we want. And then it's perfect. Go back to this, and then we can switch off this layer again to not have that border around. Okay, now we can add in whatever we want to. Okay, first of all, you'll see that our windows are sitting very high, which is weird because they should be at the same height as your door height. So let's just quickly go back to our model space and let's just quickly click on our windows and go into properties and just see what is going on here. Why is it doing that? Location, head height. You'll see it says head height is 2510. And let's just see what is our door's head height. Let's go to properties. Let's just go here. Threshold head height is 2000. So we'll need to make that match up. So that would have to be 2000. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so let's go to layout. Now we'll see that our windows are in line with our door. That's exactly what we want. Now, let's go to our labels layer because that's one's an easy one. Now we can add in whatever we want to add. So we want to add in our NGL. Okay, you know what? Don't use this layer. Create a NGL layer because we're going to have to change our line type. So let's create a NGL layer and let's choose NGL. It's actually FFL to be honest with you, not NGL. Okay, that's going to bother me. It needs to be FFL. How do we edit? What is that? Delete layer. Yeah, just delete it. And this one. Okay. I just want to. Oh, you just double click. Can you? Can you? Somewhere. It's going to annoy me that I can't. I'm sure you can edit it somewhere. New layer. New layer. Delete layer. Set current. Maybe it shouldn't be on this one. That's why we can't edit it. Let's put it on that. Okay, that's fine. Let's go back into our layers and let's go and choose this one. Why don't you edit it? New layer, change layer standard. Rename layer. Oh, wait, how annoying. FFR. Okay, cool. Perfect. Done. Okay, so now yes, there we go. So there's our FFL. And let's just switch off this one again, because that border is annoying. Okay, so it is in our FFL layer. We're going to go to line. You'll see because of the snap mode, it's already going to give you that, which makes life so much easier. And then you're just going to click on that. Oh, we should have changed it in layer. FFL, it shouldn't be continuous. It should be center. There we go. There's your center line. Okay, and now you can just add in your dimensions. You can add in your window openings, how it opens. You can add in all of those types of things. You can add in your dimensions, roof height to floor height, whatever. All those things are in the document that I said to you. You can go and add in, if you don't want to add in multi-line text for your labels, you can use single line text. Just make sure that we choose labels again, single line text. And you can just say NGL, it's very big again, but under properties, you can change that. Why did I do that? Sometimes multi-line text is just easier. Okay, let's say NGL. We can make it smaller. Close editor, and we can move it to wherever we want it to be. Put your snap mode off. NGL. Okay. No, that's not the NGL. This is the NGL. And then you'll do the same with your FFL. Multi-line text. FFL. Let's make it smaller. And you can just move it to FFL. Okay. And that is how you will do this. And then you can obviously also put in your label. South elevation. And then you can make this bigger if you want it to be one word. And we can make this a little bit smaller. You can also type in how big you want it to be. So let's say you want it to be 5. Okay, and then the nice thing is you can put 2 on a page. So you can, under your drawing name, you can say south and west elevation or whatever. And that is how you will do your elevations. Just remember to add in your dimensions as well.